Thank you, ma'am. Let me invite our next lecturer. It's from Dr. Sam Abraham, MA PhD, Chairman and Principal of Kodaikanal Christian College, Chairman of Vanillin Hospital, Kodaikanal, President, Youth Wing, Synod, Pentecostal Church of Tamil Nadu, President, Pentecostal Young People Association, and Indian Pentecostal Church, Tamil Nadu. I'm glad to invite you, sir, for your very precious work.
Once again, are you awake? Are you shouting at us for giving you lectures? Would you wave out your hand if you're awake? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people are sleeping. How many of you feel that this conference is going to make some change for the topic that we have come for? 5, 6 people believe in it. Good, excellent. More people are willing. How many people? How many are here to say I'm here because my school sent me? Or how many of you are saying I took a bunk of the school, so that's all my focus was? Yeah, somebody is there. The KCC kids are saying yes, we wanted to travel away from Kodaikanal. It was cold there, but we wanted some warm weather. Am I right? No? They've come for something greater than what I am going to do. I'm not a lecture presenter. I actually am more an extempore, but I'm going to try and do something that I can. I don't want to put something on the screen. I want all of you to look at my beautiful, handsome face and only think what I'm saying, okay? So let me take this down. Inside, INSITE. I know the expansion is different, but I take it as insight, So what they are doing is to make them realize who they are, what is inside of them. I'm amazed with that, even though spelling may be different, but I take it as that's how each one, like I believe that KCC students in processing this, and I tell them also, we got our autonomy as, UGC people came and 4 vice chancellors, 2 joint directors and 3 UGC people, all were sitting, and I gave a presentation of the infrastructure, of the student body, of the lecturers, professors, everything. And finally, I told them one thing. I said, we believe that the students come as cocoons, where ugly looking, and they fly out as butterflies. Most of the educational institutions will claim that they send out butterflies. They come with nothing, but they go out with colors. But KCC doesn't believe in that. KCC believes in a different way, and I believe in a different way. They come with all what they have inside. They don't come empty. They don't come without... English Prime Minister, President of Bush, school, college, parents, Trivandrum bus Bible, oh, I got some appreciation. Yes, I can do that. Now, are you appreciating my Malayalam or are you? Yeah? Am I okay in Malayalam? I can't do lecture, but I try it. So, they came with everything they had. But KCC, their strengths and weaknesses we want them to know. Who they are, they cannot go without knowing who they are. That is my aim and goal. Once they know who they are, they will achieve something in the world. I believe in creation. I believe God is creating. I believe in the Bible. The Bible says each one of you are a masterpiece of God. What an awesome thing. Masterpiece of God. God, when women are pregnant, I treat them like, crystal. I fought once with my father, and that was because he shouted at my sister when she was carrying me. I said, how can you shout at her? You know, that kind of a thing. Because I feel there's something marvelous happening. When that is happening, you know, our fingerprints are all different. Our lines in the eyes are all different. Our rhythm in the heartbeat is different. Our steps are different. Each one has a purpose in this world, and that is why they are. So the butterflies becoming the colorful one is within. So I wish all young people would know their strengths and weaknesses instead of the influence by the technology. If I my wife on college seminar, father is feeding the son for biryani. He's feeding, but he's playing a game in the phone. Biryani because area, but technology. They special time. Father and son all a special time feeding and doing it. Actually, my wife could not stop. She said, sir, what are you doing? He doesn't even know what's going inside his mouth. He's not able to taste the biryani. It's yummy biryani. You're all sitting, we went there to eat. I will go on to the next one. So, I hope the attitude will change, and there is a big attitude that is coming. You know, people don't respect the elders, people don't care much, their manners, the things are changing. So I feel these are the bad things that are happening also because of that is what I feel. So negative side of technology should be doing some influence on changing. People are, you know, actually, the eyes are hearing more these days. Yeah? With a phone, you are able to understand who that is. The other side will call by name. Sam, my sister is taking Alice, Ali. My older sister is taking baby. That's how they heard through their ears. Now, if by any chance my phone is picked up by my daughter and she says, hello, Sam, actually I want to do. They continue the conversation as if they are talking to me. That's how it is. They are hearing through eyes. Technology is really doing something. That technology has a lot of influence on the negative things that we are facing. The violence on women, I would really a lot to blame. The easy access through the online, through the technology has really ruined the minds of young people, minds of men, that I feel is one of the reasons that is giving this trouble. So I feel Kerala is doing great with 1,059 girls to 1,000. Boys, you don't have a problem. You have plenty of girls waiting for you. You can have a good choice among the girls are going to have a tough time. You're going to have a fight. Yeah, those days are gone that you will be coming after it, but you're going to be having more difficulty. But anyway, that only shows that there is less infantilicides happening in Kerala. That's what I would take it, or the abortion of female infantilicides is less here. So let me go a couple of things that I would like to read and say. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from George Washington. What a quote on a mother. I mentioned, this is what the mothers have been doing. George Washington has inspired everything or got everything from his mother. This is what his statement is. So, in India, there is a lot of history when we go back that the mothers have brought this kind of leaders out. I was mentioning to you earlier. But these days, these changes are happening mainly because of various cultural change, various liberties that people have started enjoying. Ma'am was saying, after 6 o'clock, girls are not allowed to go out. Whether it is good or bad, we need to work on. Somebody was seen at 11 o'clock in the bus, and that was the cause of what somebody is saying. And under the influence of what we don't know, the easy accessibility of drugs, alcohol and everything, young students with uniform are going to the Arak shop these days. What can you expect them to react to? How can they react of being self? You know, there is no values. Things are changing. We need to have so much of changes in the society if we need to actually address this violence alone. But it's something that we need to take it up. I wish it is like the Gulf countries where shoot at sight kind of a thing. People may be against it, but I wish that kind of aggressive punishment will come. Yeah, committing suicide, putting them on life sentence is not welcomed by many, but these kind of things, there is no other way. A woman brought you into this world, so you have no right to disrespect one. Tupac Shakur, that's the person who has quoted that. It is a woman, so that respect has to be cultivated and nurtured among the young people, among the students of these days. Meaning of crime and violence against so agreeable and so delightful, so man to mankind, with souls capable of the same accomplishments with men, and all to be only stewards of our houses, cooks, and slaves. Daniel Defoe. This is the quote of a great philosopher. Actually, women, like the IPS officer, Dr. Sanjay was saying, only 1% of property is there. But the amount of work that you all do as women, you know, turning around a morning, afternoon, evening meal, you have to, if you have to employ a cook, you know how much you have to pay. It is such a routine that people do, but the values are diminishing because you are also into work and other things. There has to be some changes in the setting of the human. God has created us in a particular way, and we are trying to change that. When we change nature, there will be positive and negative things. Positive will be less, negative will be more. We need to submit and surrender to God's nature. So, where is the answer for these? Where is the solution for all these things? Again, it has to come from within only. We are the ones to teach our people. We are the ones to teach the men, so that we will not go through this over and over again. Do you think this is thinking that this is, the rape is happening only in Bombay? It's happening everywhere. You know, a lot of pastors go from here to America, yeah, to preach and to get money, to come back to the homes of the homeless, and all kinds of things to go and raise some funds and come back. Now, recently, a couple of years when I was visiting my sister, my brother was saying that they have taken a very good decision. Any pastor who comes, the mindset of people has changed so much that even pastors, so-called pastors, have done these kind of things that they have to take this measure. So I feel this has to move in a different way, that is going to be put on the media, and this will also talk about the awareness that has to come, the changes have to come. You educate a man, you educate a man, that's it, period. There is no more to it. But you educate a woman, you educate a generation. Brigham Young is who quoted it. You know, recently I was talking to a corporate office man, you know, he's running, he's got some 1,200 workers for him, and he was telling that sometimes these men who are addicted to alcohol. We are waiting for them to die. I said, why would you wait for a man to die? He says, the salary he gets doesn't go home. The salary he gets is going to the Tasmak, is what the Kadukada is in Kerala. In Tamil Nadu it's called Tasmak. The government arak shop is called Tasmak. It's going to that. And at home the poverty is there. At home the women are abused like anything. Physical abuse, all kinds of abuse, and some of them even go beyond that. So when the man dies, the woman or the wife is given the job. Once the woman is given, they are saying, we have seen families completely turn around. It just turns around completely. The minute that happens, the children start going to school properly, they start getting their education properly, the women makes the household better, their living conditions improve, the food that they get is much better. They are saying that the children become successful in no time because the men, I can imagine when he was telling that only, I thought, what a disgrace for men. That this is what they are doing to their family, to their wife, to the children. This is so sad. I have one wife, I have only one wife, and two daughters. My older one was good in math and physics. So I said, find a subject which is good in that math and physics. She wanted to do social work. I said, social work you can do even after doing any graduation. So you can do, not that social work is bigger, some of them are social work department. I said, that you can do always. I want you to focus on math and physics and identify it. So finally, she started going and researched and found aerospace engineering is good with maths and physics. So we searched for a good institution. She studied in the international school, and then she chose to go to America, to the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, one of the top 10 schools in America. And in the aerospace engineering, it's number 2. And when she joined, it became number 1. So I thought, wow, we've got the best institution for her. She got the best course for herself. And that time is when Kalpana Chawla died in the air. And then Stephen Williams was put as the next person. So I was hosting to people. I went to Raleigh to call my relatives. Then relatives paper, newspaper, another Indian is going to the space. First Samantha Abraham going to 6 months. When Samantha graduated, done 2 വർഷം നിൽക്കാൻ എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ മോളെ കാണാൻ 2 വർഷം ഇരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. 1 വർഷം ആകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഞാൻ പോകും, അവിടെ പോയി കാണും. My imagination was so, wild going about my daughter and doing it. അവൾ ആദ്യം പോയിട്ട് പഠിച്ചു, Papa, I will do this, I will study, but I'm not enjoying this. I want to carry the love of God to people, various places, especially places like Sudan. ഞാൻ ഇത് ഓർത്ത് അമേരിക്കയിൽ പോയിട്ട് ഇതിൻ്റെ പറയാൻ semester she'll be all right. I don't know how many of you are going to go through or went through that. Second semester, she said, I am working for you. Because you told me, I am working. I will study, I will get through this, but I am not enjoying it. I don't know what I am going to do. Third semester, can you believe it? Third semester, go after your heart and after God's heart. She took human rights, international relations and human rights, with special effect to Gulf region, went one semester in Jordan and completed her bachelor's, came and spent one term of almost 10 months in International Justice Mission, went after releasing bonded laborers. She went once herself, 49 of them were released from brick house, and they were taken back to Chennai. Any tension, me and my wife didn't sleep till we could hear that she's back in Chennai straight, because the bonded laborers, they will have political power, they have police power, they will have bureaucratic power. ഒരു തെറ്റ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ മറ്റെല്ലാ ക്ലൗഡും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു ആൾക്കാരുടെ പോയിട്ട് അവരെ വീണ്ടെടുത്തോണ്ട് പോകുന്നെങ്കിൽ അത് ഷീ വാസ് ഓൺലി 20, 21 years old, at that 20 years old, I thought, I'm so happy and impressed. I'm sure things are changing. People like you will change. People will fight. Today she's completing a master's in international policy and international commerce and policy. And our applications she's sending to one of the companies which is actually fighting against women crime, which is fighting against trafficking women. You know, that's her choice. And I have said yes, from the dream that I had, that one day I will go to the space and visit her, to say yes, go after this. I'm sure young people sitting here will also choose your way that will change things in the society. And I wish you that. It's not to talk about my daughter I'm telling, but I'm talking about the young minds. There are good things happening also. So I want you to be in that way. What would men be without women? Scars, sir, mighty scars. Mark Twain. We can be nothing without women. That's the acceptance of Mark Twain. I'm skipping many of the information. I brought many things, but I don't want to take the time. I know all of you are looking ready to kill me. So let me go. The strength of women comes from the fact that psychology cannot explain us. Men can be analyzed. Women merely adore. Men can be analyzed. Women adore. We adore you women. That's a quote from Oscar Wilde. That is the real scene of the men comment. There are some bad elements. Mahatma Gandhi goes like this: men can never be a woman's equal in the spirit of selfless service with which nature has endowed her. The selfless service that the women do, men can never be matched. Men may have achieved many things. Yes, we have great leaders, prime ministers to presidents to scientists to every walks of life women have achieved. But what scars, what difficulties, what fights they have gone through to achieve that is their own story. It's not something that we can all believe that they did not have to go through. The violences that we heard through saying physical, sexual, all kinds of problems that they would have gone through. Not all women would have made without going through problems. Men have the least of problems compared to what women go through. Men probably will be sidelined, or maybe he was thrown from his position or not due. Whatever respect that was due was not given. Those are small things. But the physical, psychological, sexual and those kind of harassment that women go through is something more than men. With this acceptance, if we can work on it, and if young people here would choose to make this change, I believe that it was my daughter's choice. I can't take pride in saying I directed her to that. No. I directed her for something different, but she chose. She was strong. And I want all young people and the parents who are here also to think, maybe we should tell our children, നമ്മുടെ പിള്ളേരെ ഈ വഴിയിൽ, ഈ സൊസൈറ്റിയെ മാറ്റാനുള്ള വഴിയിൽ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സൊസൈറ്റിക്ക് ഒരു ചേഞ്ച് വരാനുള്ള വഴിയിൽ, സൊസൈറ്റിക്ക് എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഒരു നന്മ നടക്കാനുള്ള വഴിയിൽ നമ്മുടെ പിള്ളേരെ അയക്കുമെന്നെങ്കിൽ അതായിരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ biggest blessing for bringing that child into the world. ലോകത്തിൽ ആ കൊച്ചിനെ കൊണ്ടുവന്നതിന് തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ ബ്ലെസ്സിങ് ആയിരിക്കും. മാത്രമല്ല നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിന് ഒരു മീനിങ് ഒന്നെന്ന് വരും. അത് ഒരു സൊസൈറ്റി. ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ കൽപ്പന ചാവലയുടെ സ്ഥലത്തിൽ എൻ്റെ മോള് പോയെങ്കിൽ അതും സന്തോഷമായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ hundreds of people who are bonded, hundreds of people who are going through pain and torture, അവരെ വിടുവിക്കാൻ അതും ഒരു she wants to do. വാഷിംഗ്ടൺ DC-ലാണ് അയച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് നേഷൻസിലായിരിക്കും അവർ അയക്കുന്നത്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഡ്രീം ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. Let God decide what she has to do. പക്ഷേ ultimately she wants to come to India. ഈ വെക്കേഷന് മെയ് മാസം വന്നപ്പം എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാനൊരു ചെറിയ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിന് എടുക്കണം, അതിന് എവിടെ പോയാൽ women who have gone to work as household maids and who were treated badly. അപ്പം ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ജോലിക്ക് നിന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി ഇപ്പം he is sending people for work abroad. അപ്പോൾ അവൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു, തഞ്ചാവൂരിൽ വരസനാടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഇടത്തിൽ അധികം പേര് ഡൊമസ്റ്റിക് വർക്കിൽ പോയിട്ട് വന്നവരുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. In the middle of the vacation, instead of spending time with me, my mother, my wife and my second daughter, she chose to go there to do that interview. She took 21 people to the interview, and some of them have been scarred very badly. Some of them have gone through real bad situation. Either domestic workers മാത്രമല്ല, അവിടെ വന്ന ചില office going people, some educated people who've gone through, and women having been tortured, women having been put into bad situation was the interview that she took. I encourage all of you to take stand that we will fight against this, and I want all of us to take an oath that we will overcome this. Would you say with me, we will overcome this? One more time. Some people are talking at the back. Whatever I said it, but you didn't listen. Would you join and say, we will overcome this? Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity that you've given me. And it's a joy, and the address that you gave me, your brother, I take that as more valuable than anything else. And not the positions or anything that I have. I work for people, and I will live for them. And God be glorified. Thank you.